everybody. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for everybody who's in attendance today. Before we start with homeowners' comments, I would like to take the privilege to introduce everyone to our new communications liaison, Ashley Lawrence. She's very excited to have her in that position. So, all right, let's get going. Dina Waller.
Good morning. My name is Dina Waller. I've been here for 27 years.
Can you tell her what you're playing?
Thank you.
Okay.
Dina, what subdivision?
Pull that down.
Pardon me?
What subdivision do you live in?
Tamaron.
Tamaron Place?
For 27 years. I've been a member of the stained glass studio since 2002 and from Fine Arts 2008. I have macular degeneration and it has progressed. I cannot go to the library. I cannot play cards anymore at lakes because the rooms are too dark. That's not my biggest complaint. My biggest complaint is the lights in the glass studio. Been fighting over it forever.
Can you understand me?
Finally, we have a president that has addressed it, and I'm very grateful. Because then it went to Karen, and then I guess whatever his name is was controlling the lights. I also found out that there were 100 light bulbs ordered, and lo and behold, they're in the ballroom. Seriously, Max, what is that? We need them in the room. You know what? We're all older. We do glass and we can't see. So here's another story that you need to know. There are 2 members in the stained glass studio that are legally blind. If I would contact the ADA compliant, you're in trouble, big time, because there is something that you need to follow. My question is, it's been addressed kind of. And I also know things get tabled, they get pushed on the table because nobody wants to invest. I suggest that you do this time because my time is running out. But we need light for the other people too. There it is. Give me an answer. You're all stunned, aren't you? She didn't know that we have problems.
I'm sorry, I'm not following you very well.
Really?
What is it? No.
What is my problem?
What is the problem? What do you want us to solve?
Better lights in that room. What part don't you understand?
In the stained glass room
Yes.
are not sufficient for you to work. Which
No.
I can appreciate because I have eye problems.
I know you
can't see it.
do.
There's no point.
I know you do. Okay, is that why you got all the light bulbs in the ballroom? I want to know why they got that.
Has nothing to do with macular degeneration. It's a testing process on the new LED light bulbs.
So why didn't you test it in the glass studio?
Dina, I let the facilities manager do his job.
Ah, okay then.
Okay.
So, formal request in writing from the club president is the way it needs to happen. That's the way it's always been.
Yeah, and I know that, and she did that for the cutting, and you know that. That went in, and the light bulbs are going to be ordered again. We can go also to Home Depot, who has them, and put them in there. We can't wait forever, Karen.
Dina,
Yes.
this is not the place to debate this.
Yeah.
Of course.
Your club president, as you know, being here since 2002, there is a process. There is always a process. You've been the club president for years. It goes in writing, it goes to the facilities manager, and it gets addressed with the club president.
So how long is that going to be? Just asking.
Dina, I don't know. I'm not going to put him on the spot right now. We will look into it. You've had your 3 minutes, and we will look into it and get
No, I'll take
back
my
with your
minutes.
club president.
Okay, I will take my minutes with me. I know what to do next. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nothing, actually.
Dina, can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, please.
So your issue is that, it's my understanding, if that's okay, it's kind of like an age-related macular degeneration, is that you're
Yes, it is.
experiencing? And so you're asking for better lighting in that room, is that
Yes,
correct?
I do.
Okay. And
Very small thing.
Bruce is the facilities and maintenance he can probably help you with that.
Okay. Thank you for the input, and we understand your concern, Dina.
Okay, but you also know, Tim, tell me about ADA compliance.
Right. So basically, Bruce, do we have to comply with the
I'm sorry, I
ADA?
didn't even know what you were saying.
That's all right, I'm over here. So we have to comply with ADA requirements, is that correct?
Tim, these are homeowner comments, and we've got her homeowner comment. So now let's take that and address it in the appropriate format and not turn this into an open conversation. Because it's not an agendized item. So we have her comment, so let us take the appropriate steps in the committees that need to do that.
What's the appropriate steps?
Yeah, I'd like to know too.
We will discuss that.
When?
Well,
You know, Marcia, I'm running out of time.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand
No,
that.
I'm kidding.
And I also understand that there's been some hopes in accommodating some of that too for you. So that's, its own generalized light for you to use at your space that would help you versus the entire room being retrofitted with lighting.
No.
Would that help?
No, not even close.
Okay.
So all I'm asking, and like I said, I'm not the only one, okay, is that there's other people too that have severe problems. And if we could just do a couple of the tables, I'll be a happy camper. I just found out Monday that I couldn't do something. And it was devastating because there was no light.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you bet.
We will take that and address it. All right. Next, Kathy Carter, please.
Good morning, Kathy Carter, Willow Ridge, and I just went back through just to make sure I knew when we were supposed to have the town hall meeting for the guest policy, which was October. I went back through the September meeting, and the board talked about approving that you absolutely wanted to have one, and then you said it would be in October. Didn't see a town hall in October, wondering when that's going to get scheduled.
We're doing the survey first. The survey should go out, and then we will go from there for scheduling the town hall.
When did that happen? Because that wasn't...
The survey has not gone out yet, and that's one of the agendized items, so that information will be addressed during the item.
So you decided to have this survey before the town hall?
Yes, that was decided a couple of months ago, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Joanne?
Good morning. My name's Joanne Sacco, and I'm at Torrey Pines. I like the thing she said about tabled, because a lot of the meetings get tabled, and then they get tabled, and then they get tabled, and then they get in circles. So I've been to many meetings because as a resident, I want to know what's going on in this community. I wish more people did because they're all clueless. I've been to we had the $50, if you want to come play cards and you're in a nursing home and you can come and do that. It finally got settled, but it took 30 years to get that price up. Our HOA fee goes up every year. Another thing was the guest passes. That went up sky high for guest passes, and then it got tabled. It got discussed, it got tabled. Where in the heck is that gone? Nobody. Is there a decision made about that? No? Okay. So then we go with the pickleball fence. I think there's some bias going on in this because in the last thing where it had all of the activities and the number of people that go and the number of guests that come, pickleball was left off that. Why was that? And I think we as residents should get to see that on a monthly basis so we can decide, hey, maybe there's a big number of this group and a big number of that group, and with new people coming in and they're in their 40s and their 50s, they don't want to play bocce ball, they don't want to play cornhole when only 2 or 3 people there. You have an area for the cornhole and the horseshoe that is very hot out there. You have cement tables, you have no shade. How in the heck do you do that in 150-degree weather? You can't do it. So nobody's ever out there. And why did there was so much money spent on that? And that's another thing. You just table stuff and table, and then you can't decide even among the board, and you argue. And even Bruce said something one time at a meeting, hey, let's decide something here. I don't know exactly what you said, but you said something like that. And it's like you come to the meetings and you guys can't make a decision. And then my next big question is, who actually makes the decisions here? Is it the board? Is it the administration? Is it the residents? Because us as residents pay the fees, but us as residents don't know what's going on. I live on a block that if I go and would ask comments about, do you know about this? Do you know about this? Oh, no, we don't know about that. And what the heck happened at the town hall meetings? We've never had a town hall meeting except for the pickleball fence that wasn't even advertised unless you went door by door, step by step to put ads up there. That's not a town hall meeting for the HOA. That's a town hall meeting to let residents know what's going on. Residents here do not know what's going on. They're going to know what's going on when there's an assessment fee. And then you're going to have a lot of very angry people. And that's my question is, out of 3 of you here, I will pick Bruce, Max, because you have the best features and you have the best, you know, when you look at you, you smile. I don't know. Yeah. And then Tim. Who makes the decisions here? Who makes the decisions for our HOA? Speak up.
Well, you gotta understand, this is time for you to make your comment.
That was my comment, and now I have a
know.
question. You can't answer my question?
I think we've answered it quite a number of times. It's the board that makes the decisions. As a whole, we vote and the decision's made. As far as I remember, that pickleball meeting was a private affair. It was never considered to be a town hall.
Attempted to be an open forum.
It was just an open forum, right? It was not an official town hall meeting. Called
Where
the
were the other town hall meetings so residents can find out what the costs
Well, I
are?
think we have one scheduled as soon as the survey comes back. The town hall
Why
is
don't
going
you
to
do the
do it.
survey? Why don't you have a town hall meeting before the survey so
Well, the
people know
survey
what they're
will give
voting
us a
on?
little bit of an idea of what the residents are thinking about. And maybe we could address it a little bit better.
How many
Thorough.
questions are on this survey?
Was it 5 or 6?
Five questions.
To me, you have to have a meeting to explain.
Well,
and
once
then
we
you
get
have the
that, we
survey.
will have a meeting.
Out of 5 questions. Okay, my
I'm
time's
sure
up.
there'll be more
My
than 5
time's up.
questions
Thank you.
at the meeting.
In regards to the FUR report, pickleball was on there last month, and those reports are on the website, Joanne. You can always look at them on the website.
I don't want to look at it on the website.
Okay,
Okay, well,
that's
all
your
right,
choice.
hey.
And Joanne, I think my facial expressions come from the fact I'm on stage too much.
All right, I'm Kay Neighbors. I live in Eagle Ridge. I have several things to bring up. We elected a new president for the Vistas Water Aerobics. She's right over here. Her name is Debbie Akey. So I'd like you all to welcome her as the Vistas Water Aerobics president. And second of all, at our monthly luncheon, we decided to donate $100 to the St. Mary's Food Bank on behalf of the Vistas Water Aerobics.
Very nice.
And the third thing I have is when are the tiles going to be removed from the swimming pool? We have been putting it off for 2 years now. First, we had to wait for the pool company, then we had to wait. Now we're waiting for cooler weather, which has arrived. Now the excuse will be the winter visitors are back, the snowbirds are back, we can't do it now. Then we're gonna have Thanksgiving, then we're gonna have Christmas. Then in January, the rest of the snowbirds will be back. So Pool companies in Arizona, especially the Phoenix area, work year-round. That's the blessing of living in Phoenix. You can do pools year-round. So I want to know what the actual holdup is. And I'm tired of excuses.
Do we have a date?
Thank you.
I will tell facts. I won't be accused of having excuses. So, the tile will be done by the end of the year. We are working with Cal Pools to get on their schedule. The handrails are being ordered. The 6-foot longer handrails are a special order because the board decided to go with 6 foot instead of 4 foot. It will be done by the end of the year.
Great. Good news.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Joy?
Joy Groves, and I live at St. Andrew's Place. I just wanted to say I was disappointed that the informative meetings that they're having about the trusts and everything, and I think it's happened one other time, but I wanted to get up and basically say that I think they're doing a good job bringing, information to the residents in the meetings and everything, but it was today at the same time. So I would like not to have a board meeting at the same time they have informative meetings by our community.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. That is it for homeowners' comments. We will go ahead and get the meeting started. If I could ask everybody to please stand and remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first item of business is to confirm our quorum. Mr. Secretary.
Pursuant to Article 4, Section 7 of the bylaws of Westbrook Village, quorum is 1/2 of the number of the directors then serving shall constitute a quorum as the meeting of the board. There are 7 directors on the Westbrook Village Board. At this time, we are all present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Review and correction of the October 1st minutes. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion that the board minutes from October meeting be accepted with one correction that I have found, and if there's others, they need to be stated.
What's the correction?
I'll second that.
On page 2, it says, on the second line, supersede the golf course. It should be golf course. Please.
Got it, okay.
Any other corrections?
On page 1 where it says absent, and it's got a colon after that, then we got to have something to follow. Just say none.
Yep.
Okay. Any other corrections? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Right. Any opposed? Seeing none? Okay, that passes with the corrections. All right. Bruce, the treasurer's report.
Okay, as everybody can see, this is for the month ending August 31st. We're a little bit behind right now. Our accounting firm has now completed their software change, and we are now starting to catch up. But for this month, we're just doing August 31st. General operating fund. The general operating fund, which is designated for day-to-day operations, has a cash balance, including the certificates of deposit, of $2,418,844. The forecasted revenue for 2025 is $3,482,865, with $3,111,969 coming from member assessments. Total revenue for August is $289,750. Total operating expenses for August were $254,916. For year-to-date, we have a spending surplus of $34,605, and that number, folks, is very conservative. Replacement Reserve Fund. The reserve fund balance for the period ending August 31st, 2025 stands at $4,470,758, supported by home sales and the preservation fee associated with them. From August 1st through August 31st, there were 12 resales with 2 preservation fees waived. From January 1st through August 31st, there have been 115 resales in Westbrook Village, with 20 of those as waived preservation fees. The Budget Reserve Fund expenditures for 2025 amount to $1,219,050 and encompass projects including perimeter wall repair and painting, HVA system replacement, installation of perimeter fencing for the pickleball courts, exercise room and gym upgrades, and long-range planning professional services, as well as routine infrastructure maintenance and replacements. Westbrook Village remains financially strong. Our replacement reserve fund is at, to this day, over 70% fully funded. Thanks to all who inquired about Westbrook's financial health. You folks have been asking a lot of questions, and I appreciate that. These financials are on file at our admin office. For questions, schedule an appointment and call the number that you see above. Thank you very much.
Bruce, can I ask you a question?
You may.
So according to this, you sold 115 homes with 20 of those waived the preservation fees, so that's at 95.
That's correct.
So where are we at today, do you know?
I did not bring that information with me. I do not know where we're at today. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I believe we're going to exceed our budgeted 150. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point, Tim. Just so you understand, we are well on track to exceed the number of home sales that we had budgeted for 2025.
Is that budget number the ones collected, or are we reducing, like from 150, maybe 130 would be collected?
No, 150 is our to be collected.
Okay, thank you.
So the 4433 times the 150 was the revenue budget line.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, can I get a motion on the treasurer's financial statements?
I'll move we accept the treasurer's statement subject to audit.
I second.
Okay.
I second.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, passes. All right, moving on. Facility usage reports, pages 19 through 21 in our binders. Anybody have any questions or comments?
My question is all the red lines on the bottom. Is it time just to get rid of those since they project years that aren't even on this report?
Oh, good.
Page 19 of paper. Comments at the bottom.
Given that they're through 2023, those numbers aren't reflected on the board.
If the board would like to remove them.
Yeah,
The only
just-
thing I say that we leave is on page 21, that shows our total year-to-date totals.
Yes.
We'll
Yeah.
leave that, but as Joe says, everything else now with ending in 2023 has cycled through. Does anybody need that historical data anymore?
I don't.
It'll be on all the previous ones,
Refresh
so it's
that,
not
yeah.
like it's lost. Okay, we'll remove all that, thank you.
Great. Any other questions or comments? Okay. All right, moving on. Homeowners guest survey update. Karen, if you could provide us with
Okay.
that update.
Thank you to Ashley. She's been working diligently on the homeowner survey that the board recently approved. We're trying to make it a very simple format as was presented at the board last month. And we believe late yesterday we came up with a very good format that will be going out. Marcy, I think you reviewed it. You're okay with it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a real simple 5-question survey, and you just have to put your homeowner's name in it and your Westbrook property address and choose A, B, C, D, or E. It's going to be a pretty simple survey. It has the opening paragraph, gives some history about our amenity use, as well as some of our competing communities, what they charge. So the board approved we have this out for 2 weeks.
Yep. Okay. Great. Yes.
No, I got it.
Okay, based on my beginning comment, we're having this guest pass survey sent out. The question I had about the town hall, isn't the town hall on the entire guest policy, not just related to this particular survey?
Well, that has never been part of the discussion. This was whether, so this all got started with the recommendation from the budget committee for 2025
Okay.
budget to raise the fee for the guest policy, or for the guest passes. That's where that whole conversation came in. We've not been discussing changing our policy in the usage of the guest passes, other than the discussion about cost and how many, that kind of thing, but not whether the fact that we're limiting people coming into the village with regard to being a guest.
Okay, I've been talking about that for over 2 years. And when I brought this up, and then the board took on the one little part of the guest policy, which has to do with the cost of additional guest passes, etc. My assumption was we were piecemealing the guest policy and starting with one piece of it, but that the town hall was going to be a discussion about the entire policy of bringing in tons of numbers of guests and how people are doing that and how many guests they're signing in. I handed out to all of you a suggestion for revising our current guest policy because that was what the agenda item was at the time, is that people are bringing in numerous people and we don't have any, we actually talked about reducing the number of guests you can bring in to 5, and that was part of what was rescinded. So we have had discussions about different pieces of our current guest policy. And then we decided to do a town hall, and then you started talking about just the part about the guest passes and how much they should cost. But I never thought we were not talking about all the other pieces of our current guest policy, which is way out of line, that you can bring in you don't have any restrictions on how many people you can sign in at one time. You can bring in any number of people at any time. You just have to have the additional guest passes to bring them in. And you also have no restriction on how many times a person can be a guest. So somebody can come in numerous times, like they live here. So we have a lot of issues with the current guest policy. So I never thought we weren't addressing the guest policy as it's currently written, because it's just open-ended, so any number of guests can come in with any resident at any time. And
So Kathy,
yes.
part of the survey is putting a cap on visitors.
Yes.
On guests. So part of that is in the survey.
Part of that is based on
Yes.
the cost of additional guest passes, but also part of the survey, now you add it on, keep it as is, as a choice.
Correct.
So I don't see where this is helping our guest policy. We're just talking about the cost of additional guest cards on the survey that's going out. So the survey doesn't really help. I mean, it helps one little part of the town hall. But it was always my understanding that the town hall, if you go back and listen to the meetings that we've had, was going to address the entire guest policy as it's currently written. And this is just one little piece of it. So I am a little taken back by this, Marcy. Because,
Well, at a town
yeah.
hall, you can bring up, that's the point of the town hall, is the conversation about that. So if that is a topic that you would like to raise and you would like it to be considered, then that's exactly at that point that we can then, as a board, if that's what we decide, that we want to limit those policies or of any of that. That is the purpose of the town hall. So we don't limit you in your conversation to bring forward your discussion for the room about that, the same being true that people can come and have an opinion that's different from yours with regards to the same
Exactly.
thing.
But I
So,
wouldn't want people to think, if you put out a message that we're going to have a town hall, that it's not about the entire guest policy. It's just addressing the survey. And I remember I went back through just last night so I could, understand this whole process. There was a gentleman, Vince spoke about doing the guest policy survey before the town hall, but the board never answered that question. So I thought the town hall was going to be in October. As you had said, as a board, it was going to be in October, and then it never happened. And now you're saying we want to do the guest survey first, which was never addressed at the board meeting. It was a suggestion he made, but it was never addressed at the board meeting. So I don't know why the town hall has been put off and why it wasn't scheduled in October. And I hear these comments from the beginning of the meeting, and it's my frustration also that we don't get things done. We say we're going to do them, we say we're going to have a town hall in October, and we don't. And it goes on and on and on. And I'm frustrated with the whole process that's happening too. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay.
That, yes.
thank you. Kevin.
Kevin Nielsen, Ironwood Estates. My question is, have not seen the survey, but it sounds like it's going to address, give some information about what neighboring communities are charging for guests. Am I correct in that?
Mm-hmm.
Is any information being added to that about what it costs Westbrook Village to have a guest?
Well, it doesn't, because that is a conversation that has been a continual debate all the way around with regards to the cost.
Well, we know that we spend about $3.25 million in a year, right?
Yes,
And we know we've got about 7,200 residents.
yes.
Okay, and we know there are 365 days in a year. It's about $1.20 per person, $1.20.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ken. Okay. Any other? Okay. All right. Moving on. New business. Proposed preservation fee increase for 2026. This is coming from the Long Range Planning Committee. We have, it is up there, thank you. We have looked at some of the neighboring communities as to what they are charging for their preservation fee. And looking ahead for planning purposes for the long range, we feel that it is necessary that we need to look at adjusting the preservation fee here in Westbrook to sort of stay along the lines with everybody else and the increasing costs that we have. So keep in mind, the preservation fee is the fee that is paid by a new homeowner coming into the community. This is not a fee that is paid for if you are an already existing homeowner purchasing a home in Westbrook, or if you were a homeowner that has owned in here in the last 180 days. If you decide to leave and come back and you're purchasing within that 180 days, you do not pay the preservation fee again. So this would be strictly new homeowners coming into the community.
Marcy, do you want to explain how this would go to the residents for a vote?
Yeah, so we as a board first have to decide that we would like for this to be put forward to the residents, and then that will go onto your annual election form. So in addition to voting for the board members and for the minutes and for the prior year, this will now be an issue that will go in front of all of the homeowners, for which we then need to have a majority of votes with regards to that vote, just like we did with the parking this last year. This would be a new, this would be on the electronic voting also.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So in accordance with our CCNR's Article 8 assessments, Section 5, it says that everybody's got to vote in 51% of the people that are in attendance at a meeting.
That's quorum. That's a quorum vote like we do for.
That's what this tells us how we can do this. It's very restrictive.
51% of the quorum vote that we have. So that's just like, it's the same thing when we vote for anything else with regards to, that's how we got the parking situation too.
This doesn't give the people any, the benefits or the non-benefits of raising prices like this.
Right, and it's not an assessment either, Tim. An assessment would be something that is assessed against the membership. This is a preservation fee. This is a capital fee for buying into here. So it's not a quote assessment as written, because that is an assessment to our membership.
And we've done this before.
Yes.
And what year was that?
2015
15 or 16.
15 or 16.
Okay, because I went to the Maricopa.
$3.
I went to the Maricopa County Recorder's Office and I didn't find that document in there.
The document
For the last time we raised ours.
It was not an amendment to the CCNR, therefore it's not recorded with the county. It's a preservation fee. We raise it every year by 5% by the allowed.
That's accurate. That's very accurate. And per our CCNRs, it says that. But whenever you change that, you have to record it with the county.
No, you have to record an amendment to the CCNR. We're not amending the CCNR.
I understand that. But when you alter something from the CCNRs, you have to record it.
If we're not altering the CCNR.
Basically what you're doing is you're having a special, because if you do the math, if you do it strictly in accordance with our CCNRs, this preservation fee should be about $1,600, $1,700. But when you alter this, you have to have some kind of a paper trail saying what you did, and you have to record it with the county.
Would you consider that 5% that has been taken every year an alter of that figure?
Okay, so you're,
So I'm asking you, do you think it should have been on file every year?
only when you change the dynamics of the CCNRs. So basically, if you take this strictly, you raise 5% every year. That's in accordance with the CCNRs. But when you change that and you go to a vote, then you're basically starting over again. So we have to report that.
I don't believe that's state law. I don't believe.
We can have a legal opinion on that.
Yeah.
Because we did back when, in fact, she presented the whole thing, so, yeah.
I would like to add that that fee has not kept up with the inflation of construction. It's been raised at 5%, but if we look back over the last few years, construction costs have elevated well over 10% per year, and we haven't kept up with this. It's very crucial that we pass a measure like this if we want to maintain our facilities to be contemporary in the future.
Okay, so let me take just one break here. We need to actually get a motion on the table and then we can go back into conversation about that.
I move that we raise the reservation fee to $5,500 per sale.
I will second.
Okay. Joe, did you have something to say?
Just for a point of clarification, I want to make sure that we all understand that the preservation fee goes towards the reserve fund and not the operating expenses. And over the years recently, and including 26, we just had the budget meeting, and there's not going to be a lot of money from the operating fund placed into the reserve fund. So we really need to try and think ahead on how to continue to increase our reserve fund. Currently, it just said we're at least 70%, but I think we're closer to 80.
Yeah, for 2026, that's correct, yes.
Yeah. So just for clarification, I just wanted to point that out. Thank you.
And we're actually going to end up closer to 80% at the end of 25,
Okay.
based on expenditures and income.
Yeah, Paul?
Effective April 1st, 2026.
Correct.
Thank you.
And add it to.
Yeah, please add that to the motion.
April 1st, 2026?
Yep. I gotta say also that I encourage us as residents to look seriously at this. I too am concerned about the financial health of our community in future years. And we need to get ahead of the game, and this helps get us there. Is it a perfect answer? No. But I think it is very important that you really think this through and consider this for the health of our community in future years to come. Thank you.
And Bruce and Amy, I'm in support of this. I just think that we need to have a paper trail, that's all.
Okay. All right, any other?
We have a
Oh, come up to the microphone. Running issues.
Take turns, please.
Don't push.
I'm Debbie Hickey, a member of Country Club Estates Community. I have my previous career before retirement, not that I'm really retired, was real estate in another state. First of all, I don't like the preservation fee, and if you're tying it to construction costs, I don't think you should be waiving it for anybody, because every unit in here has expenses related to it, and if you're tying it to construction and upgrades and maintenance and everything else, why would you waive it just because somebody has another property here?
Because that's what's in our CCNRs and we cannot change that at the current time.
Well, you can change CCNRs by a vote of residents.
We need 75% of 3,910 houses.
Please try.
3,000.
I just feel like it's not a consistent number for budgeting. And if you do a reserve study and know what your future expenses are going to be for each category, you can better budget. But I don't think a preservation fee does that reasonably.
Well, before you walk away, I want to let you know that's a great idea. It's just that we tried, did we not?
Correct.
We tried really hard to do that, and we didn't have the numbers.
So,
Well, we keep it lower than all the neighbors. That makes us more saleable than some of the other communities.
My name is Rick Martinez. I live on 89th Drive here, and I love being here at Westbrook. I do have property in the Grand, and believe me, life is much better here at Westbrook than it is in the Grand.
Oh, thank you.
I would like to endorse the comments that was made by the former realtor. Frankly, these numbers, I don't see how they are relevant. What is relevant is, what is the capital budget? You have $4 million, as I understand, set aside. So therefore, how much are you expecting? Maybe your proposed $5,500 is too low. We don't know until we see what the money is going to be put to. Also, it's prudent to you, Mr. Garrison, that you have a reserve. And but with respect to Ms. Miller, when you hear someone say, well, construction costs are going up, well, what isn't going up? That's not specific enough. And so I understand that this is, I just don't know if this is significant. What's significant is, what is the money going to be used for? And again, to the previous comment, I use the facilities probably 3 to 5 times a week. And if you have to put tiles in the pool and, and put in new handrails, as I understand it, well, I benefit for that. And so therefore I should pay. And so I hope that the preservation fee does not become cost shifting. And also, because once that happens, and we've seen this in numerous counties with hotel taxes and such, that the preservation fee doesn't just become another line of revenue. Again, that's one of the benefits of Westbrook. It's very, very affordable, and it has excellent facilities. And so I just would like to see a budget attached to that, because who knows, maybe 5,500 is too high, maybe 5,500 is too low. We all benefit from living here at Westbrook, and we should all pay our fair share. Thank you, Board.
Thank you.
Don't we have a reserve?
yes, we do have a reserve study that was updated for 2025, and the budget committee used that as the tool to budget for 2026. And long-range planning is also looking at exactly what Mr. Martinez said, is how that money is going to be spent over the next 3, 5, 7, and 10 years, and using the reserve study as a tool.
Hi, I'm Dennis Ridiford. I take credit or blame in 215 for the original raising of the preservation fee. I think the board and everybody in Westbrook should realize that we're caught in a trap. The trap that was created by UDC when they capped our ability to raise our annual assessment to the CPI. Most communities allow for about a 5% increase, and had we had that, we'd be in much better shape today. So our only alternative is to try to keep the community relevant and keep up with maintenance, is the preservation fee. We can somewhat predict, because we have line items and we know, like the walls and the painting and the RV lot, certain things are always going to happen over a cycle, and we can predict it. The other thing we've been able to do with this fee is accumulate a surplus so we can do some really important things, like the ballroom. That was the result of this increase. And if you don't do that, pretty soon the community becomes tired. And I would encourage the board to encourage the folks to vote for this. As amending the CC&Rs, good luck.
Okay, Any other comments, questions, concerns? Okay, hearing none.
Can we just clarify the motion? The motion made by Amy Miller to raise the preservation fee from the $46.55 that was approved last week at the board budget meeting to $5,500 to be taken effect on April 1st. Because the results would be announced at the annual meeting.
Yes.
Is that correct, Amy?
Yes, but do we have to say, depending on the vote from the community in that motion also?
It is all based on the vote, yes,
Yeah.
so you might want to add that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'll agree to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Ken? Any opposed? Seeing none, that is passed. Okay. All right, moving on. Long-range planning resident survey. This is pages 24 and 25. This is a survey that was put together by the Long Range Planning Committee to go out to the homeowners to try to help start to look for the future as to the things that the community feels is important over the next few years for the Long Range Planning Committee to start working on. This survey is slotted to go out. There will be a postcard in with your letter for your annual assessment and the budget and everything. There'll be a postcard that will tell you where you can go to take the survey. And this will go out to all the homeowners because it will go out during that mailing. So.
Make a motion to approve this survey.
A second.
And I have just a comment, housekeeping. On the very first question, I think instead of 1 to 5 years, it should be 0 to 5 years. Because if somebody lived here less than a year, they may not.
I think that applies to
Right.
them. Okay.
Okay, so first one will be 0 to 5. Okay.
Any other questions from the board?
I think everybody should pay close attention that there's a deadline on this. The sooner we get everybody's survey back, the sooner we can act on it.
Okay.
That will be about a month, Steve.
Yeah.
Just,
Any comments, questions from the audience? Okay. Hearing none, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? Amen. All right, that passes. All right, moving on. Committee reports. Architectural control. That is me. Just starting to get more applications. Everybody comes back, does their applications, then goes away for the holiday, comes back and does all their stuff. So, other than that, we're good. Tim, government relations?
Nothing to report.
Okay. Information technology, we did not have a meeting in October. We are probably going to be looking to have a meeting here shortly. Landscape and Facilities Committee, Bruce?
We are trudging through some things with Xeriscape bids on Union Hills and Xeriscape and many other avenues within Westbrook Village. We're just in the beginning stages of getting costs and understanding and ideas on how to approach this project. This is all to conserve water within the community, which we're all beginning to feel that this is a very important issue we need to tackle head on. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Long-range planning, we've been working on that survey that we just all voted on, so that's kind of been our focus for the last couple months on that. Cornerstone Committee, I will put this out in the e-blast, but I want to thank everybody that did donate to our most recent garage sale. The Cornerstone Committee made just under $600 at that garage sale that will be going into our Cornerstone Fund.
Okay. Thank you for all of your
Thank you to my committee and Nita, who is not even on my committee and they're helping us diligently. So thank you on that. Steve, Personnel Committee?
Everyone's been introduced to our new employee. Please make her feel welcome.
Yep. Max, Recreation Committee?
We had a meeting last month. There was a short discussion on the children's pool hours, and the committee voted not to take action.
Okay. Tim, Town Hall?
Well, you guys have a pretty good idea where we're at for the town hall. And Kathy, I got a note I want to give you, and I want to discuss something really briefly, if that's okay. And, but nothing to report.
Okay. Bruce, Ways and Means?
Okay, yeah, you folks can't see it, but board members, I want you all to be aware that we are now using a different accounting program, and the numbers look totally different from what we had previously. And you see a lot of parentheses in these columns, which for me was a red flag, but in reality, if you look really close, those parentheses are actually a good thing. And I just ask patience from you folks to let me adjust to this and understand it better. I think in the long run, it's going to be very easy for all of us to understand. But again, we are financially healthy, and thank you to all of you out there that have helped keep us that way, and our management that has done way above and beyond saving us money this year. Take care. Thank you.
The joint meeting with Golf Course and the association, we did not have a meeting in October. That takes us to managers' reports. Managers?
So as you can see, as you walked in this morning, we've got the Vistas Complex Paint Project underway. Metzger's Painting is doing a great job. They're going to be working to make sure that access to the play and the Arts and Crafts Show is safe for everybody, no walking under ladders. So that will be done. It looks like we'll be starting the update of the fitness center at the beginning of December. We are working on a small satellite fitness center that there'll be a couple pieces of the major equipment available for use while the construction happens. And Sean, is that 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3
Starting
weeks for the
December
fitness
1st
center.
to the 19th.
Yep, it'll be done before everybody makes their New Year's resolutions to be in the fitness center, so we'll have all that finished for you. And just waiting to hear back from Cal Pools on the schedule for the Vista swimming pool. Anything else, Sean?
Whew, that's enough right now.
Karen, what is anything being discussed or thought about the partial wall that's left outside?
Yes, that the landscaping facilities is going to be working on that. We've had quite a few inquiries of leaving the west walls on the atrium down from the fitness center, that it lets in a lot of natural light. And we've been in there all times of day, and it truly does. It's wonderful. But the concern is 38-year-old windows, June, July, August, and September, keeping the temperature of that fitness center appropriate. So I know landscaping facilities is going to work on that, and probably rec as well. They need that input.
I would say that June, July, and August, the use of the room is not as great as it is during the rest of the year, of course. And it just makes the room look so much nicer and so much bigger at that end.
Yep.
And to be able to look out and see sunshine rather than smell wall adds to the enjoyment of walking on those strip malls.
Absolutely. You can look outside. So we've had at least a half a dozen requests to leave those walls down.
And take down the rest of it.
And take down the rest of it, correct.
Anything else?
Any other questions for us?
All right, it's that time. It's the goodness time. For the good of the orders, anybody have any goodness to share? Yes, Kevin.
Want me to come up?
Please, that way everybody can hear you. I'm sure you have your running shoes on.
Walking.
Recently, we had some roofing and solar installed in our home, so I dealt with the staff. Very courteous, very knowledgeable, got the forms I needed, got some help to avoid the pitfalls. Process went really smoothly all the way through the association, so I just want to thank the staff and the committee, architectural committee, everybody that touched that, how nice it was to deal with it, how pleasant it was, and how efficient it was. And also, Karen, you got good staff. I mean, I think that shows good hiring. And while I'm on the subject of Karen, I recently needed a little information. I sent an email to her. She was very quick, got it back to me. I think it came through at 7:30 at night. And it got me what I needed in a very timely fashion, so I appreciate that too. Thanks.
Thank you. We tried.
You know, this is all good. I have a green area off of Torrey Pines in McRae that I now have my own private golf course. And it's thanks to Karen and SDL. It's so beautiful. It's just all, I can have a putting green out there. It's so pretty. The dogs love it, but I love it more with the picture. And again, I want to thank Karen because she did assist me getting my wall enforced so all the gravel wasn't rolling down. And per one of my people that did my bathroom said my house was falling down. It still hasn't fallen down yet. But thank you for fixing that. It took a long time, but it got done.
And I think I want to say that the landscape and facilities are the ones that are responsible for the greenbelt. They did a great job. Yeah, the grass this year, if you haven't noticed, you want to take off your shoes and walk in it. I think it's because of the rain that we received early that helped saturate the ground. This is, knock on wood, the best the overseeing was looked.
I would like to add that the second Sunday's marketplace is this upcoming Sunday, right in front of this building, and it runs from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Please come.
Amy,
Yes.
Amy, do we know how many vendors there are?
No, I don't know yet.
Okay.
She's sending me a map. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Amy, do you know how much the tables are?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not managing it. I'm
Exactly.
just helping her get it started. So.
I know that our clubs get a discount. That was part of the criteria that we had with.
How can you find that out? Ask her on Sunday?
On the e-blast, her email is there. Just shoot her an email.
Got it.
If you need it, just let us know. We'll get it to you.
Thank you.
She's easy to work with. She's wonderful.
Okay.
But for those.
Anything else? All right, hearing none, I call this meeting adjourned.
Folks.